¿Qué hola mi gente? Your boys coming through once again, and on today's video we're gonna talk about an incident that took place in Lancaster, California, Lancaster prison, state prison, right? And where an individual inmate decided to get off on two SEALs, two peace officers, man. But before we continue with this video, do not forget to hit that like, a comment, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, man, hit the subscribe button. It does not cost you nothing, man. And at the end of the day, you're just helping the channel, which I do highly appreciate. This puts this channel out there for those who've been supporting the channel. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. I highly appreciate it, man. And as a matter of fact, since you're right there pushing buttons, hit the notification bell, and so you can get notified every time we drop a video, man. So let's get to this story, right? Because it's been like chill on CDCR, right? At least with the news. I think there was an incident that happened 3 days ago, and where a chomo, right, made a move on another individual and unalive him, which I was like, you know what, I'm not going to report that. Now, on today's occasion, an inmate decided to get off on two officers, man. One thing to remember, there's always incidents in CDCR, always. As a matter of fact, just put it this way, I think this past week there has been two stabbings in Tehachapi, two different ones. So CDCR does not report this. It only reports the unalivings, and it reports whenever an inmate attacks a men in green, a SEAL. That's the only report CDCR does. Imagine if they were to report every single hit in prison, man. There's a lot of things going on in prison that, for those who don't know about prison, man, you'll be surprised, man. But there's a lot of things going on in prison. So on this occasion, it happened on Lancaster at around 7:40 a.m. and where inmate Michael P. O'Neill decided to do the unthinkable. So imagine early in the morning, just waking up and brushing your grill, doing program time, rolling up your mattress and stuff like that, hitting the pad, washing the news, drinking coffee, waiting to be released for trial. So at 7:40 a.m., as they opened the door, one inmate had in mind that he was going to make an example of those cops on this day. The reason, we don't know. We're never going to find out. But there's no reason. There's never going to be a reason to justify an attack like this. Yeah, I mean, you can say, oh, that's the culture of prison. That's this. No. At the end of the day, man, a man of green or a man of blue, they got family out there, man. They're human beings. And sometimes the best way to go about a issue is to talk. And trust me, if you talk with somebody, most of the times you can solve that problem. But some people, they're not willing to do this, right? Because of whatever reason. On this morning, this inmate decided to go towards a cop as they were releasing for breakfast, right? Everybody's about to get I don't know, what is it, pancake day, whatever it was. They're gonna go over there, and this individual decided, as they opened the door, to go and attack this man in green, this SEAL, as he's over there stabbing him with the manufactured weapon, right? Of course, they're gonna hit the alarm. The partner, I can only imagine the partner, like, man, being put in that situation, you cannot explain, and I will never understand, only until you're right there. You know, I'm pretty sure that you get super nervous, you don't know what to do, and you have to act. You have to act quick, because if you don't act quick, that means that maybe your partner can, that could be it for him, you know. So again, his partner moved on him. I'm pretty sure he sprayed him. I'm pretty sure trying to help him. So what happens? The inmate turned on him. So now you have the inmate attacking a second SEAL, trying to stab him and stuff like that. Eventually, they were able to get control of the scene, put him in handcuffs. Yeah, of course, he had to go to the hole, right, pending investigation. As for one of the cops, of course, he had to be taken to medical to treat his injuries. Situations like this, man, are uncalled for. I do understand there's a lot of things going and happening in prison. I always say it, man. When this happens, most of the times, there was a reason. But on this occasion, let's just think about Lancaster. We know that that facility, I'm assuming it's gonna be that one's facility. There's a lot of individuals with with issues, right? Like triple CMS, people that are not okay in their brain capacities, right? And we're just gonna go with that. I don't know if what already happened, but if I have to guess, that's where it happened, and it's sad. It's sad. Just imagine going to work, minding your own business. Let's assume the cop that's what he's doing, and all of a sudden, this inmate comes out of his cell, trying to take away your life. You know, sucks, scary, but that's reality of CDCR. Dangerous spot. And one thing I would like to say, man, shout outs to all the cops out there putting, uh, some way, somehow, putting their lives in danger. Um, I always say this, man. If you mind your own business, if you do what you're supposed to do, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna be finding yourself in this situation. But there's always those occasions in where you come across individuals who are not mentally stable, who are gonna imagine whatever they want to imagine, and they're gonna blame you for it. You know what I mean? You're gonna be blamed for that, and they're gonna do whatever they're gonna do. And on this occasion, man, this individual decided to use steel against a man in green. And as for right now, this guy is, of course, facing charges, which is funny because this individual came from Sacramento County, got sentenced to 5 years, right? His sentence was 5 years. Eventually, 3 years later, as he was doing his time, he got sent back to court for an old case that was pending, and he ended up, I believe, cashing 12 more years. So at the end of the day, he was sentenced. He was not even a lifer, he was sentenced to 17 years. So out of 17 years, 16 years, whatever it was, he was not gonna do that much time. Nowadays, with the whole percentage, with the whole milestones, you don't do that much time. That's one thing I always say. It's not like it used to be. And basically, this guy was possibly gonna go home within 8 years. I'll give it 8 years, right? But now he decided to do this, and guess what? He just messed up his state. You know what I mean? Good luck of getting out after this, because going after one CO is bad, man. But now going after two COs, good luck with that one, because I think the guy is gonna be facing life for sure, 100%. Life behind prison. So one thing, one reminder to everybody, man, is that prison is not fun. You can say, oh, but if I go this way and I go this other way and I do this and I do that, nah, man. At the end of the day, you don't know what's gonna happen. It's basically like taking a gamble, and I do feel for those individuals who have family members behind the bars. It sucks. As a matter of fact, today I seen a video in where a dad, an enemy called his dad, right, and basically telling him, "Hey, man, I'm about to get out after doing 8 years in prison," which is a lot, man. It's a lot. And the dad was crying, feeling like he couldn't believe what he was hearing. And to have our parents go through this, man, it sucks, man. It sucks. I've been on that situation, and when basically I'm telling them, hey, man, I'm getting out. And of course, your parents gonna be they're gonna be happy for you, and they're not gonna be able to control their emotions. So it is sad when you hear your parents cry through the phone because of, something that happened, right? Either good news or bad news. Regardless, you did something that at the end of the day is affecting your family, and it's time to take responsibility, right? Be accountable for our actions, and start behaving like a grown ass man, and start playing instead of playing this dummy games, right? Like immature individuals. That's why when I see older individuals, man, they still with the shenanigans. They still want to act like they're with the business, and they can barely walk, man. It's like, come on, man, like knock shit off, man. Knock shit off. You're not tough, man. Even if you're trying to be tough, man, trust me, a youngster could come over here and slap you a couple times, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it, man. You can't do nothing about it. Your physical will not let you do it, man. And that's one thing we have to understand. As we grow older, we're not like we used to be one time, And this should be a reality check, It should be a reality check, because We cannot be playing that game no more. You know, it's past our time. It's time to mature and be responsible in this life. So, with this being said, hopefully you like this video. To next video, saludos a todos, and have a wonderful day. Enjoy your family, enjoy your freedom, and what most beautiful thing to it? I mean, there's no more beautiful thing than to be free. You know, appreciate your freedom. That's the most valuable thing we have in life. But don't not take it for granted. I'm just saying that. So with this being said, we are out to the next video. Gracias.